What you doing, zombies? I'm the AC. I'm going to talk about World Beyond Season 1, Episode 8, The Sky's the Graveyard. This title refers to Iris eventually just talking about how the whole sky's full of dead stars and all the light they're seeing. This is something you hear a lot in kind of like, I guess it's kind of a science myth or something like that. Elton eventually clears up and it's like, actually, what the human eye can see, those stars are still alive. I don't know. I haven't looked into that kind of astronomy, and so I'm not exactly sure what is true or not. But yeah, that's where the title comes from. Almost not relevant to the episode though. What this episode actually is a whole bunch of drama with Silas. The best part is we finally get to see all the full flashbacks from Silas' past to see what happened between him and his dad. Turns out Silas was completely justified. So we see Silas is tied to a swing, and everyone's trying to decide what to do with him. Ellen and Iris are defending him. Of course, Hug, Hope, they are not. And Felix is kind of in the middle. Like, he doesn't want to leave anyone behind or do anything bad with them, but, you know, he also realizes this could be a potential danger. So, most of this episode is the flashbacks. Not only that, there's flashbacks in the flashbacks. And that's about as interesting as the episode gets. It was an okay episode. It seemed like it was going to be really good. And then it kind of just dies out once you realize pretty much most of the episode is just going to be flashbacks. So let me just talk about all the flashbacks that happen and what happens in the past. So, it turns out Silas' dad is just a drunk, abusive asshole. And then one day, for whatever dumb reason, his dad eventually pushes Silas too far, bangs him against the wall. I think it hurts Silas' head too. You see blood on that. Silas just loses it, starts punching him, hits him in the face with a picture frame, and cuts him with glass. Just beats him pretty much. He seems near death. Then he gets distracted. A woman comes knocking at the door, realizes something's going on. She can hear what's going on, and she could hear what's been going on this whole time. Apparently, his dad's always kind of been abusive, especially to his mom. And this woman knows that. So she's telling Silas, if you need help, I can bring the police, you can come over to my place. And for some reason, Silas is like, no, my dad doesn't like the police, blah, 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 all this stuff. And tells her to go away. I mean, that seemed like that would have been his out to really get help. But no, he shoos her away. And then, throughout these whole flashbacks, we get to see more flashbacks of Silas as a kid and being with his dad. And, you know, when he was seeming like a good dad. And, I don't know, I guess this is where the conflict with Silas is he still remembers these good things. That's why he wears the headphones all the time. It's because of his memory as a kid, his dad listening to music with him, being like, this is what a concert could sound like. And so that's why the music is really on. That's why he still is kind of sticking up for his dad, even though he is just a piece of shit. And Silas goes back to try to see what's up with his dad's gone, doesn't know what's happening, goes throughout the house, eventually finds out again his dad turned into an empty. Okay. Well, Silas' solution is to lock himself in his bedroom and just listen to music. Okay. And then this whole time I'm like, well, what's going to happen when his mom gets home? Well, his mom gets home. She starts to get attacked by the empty dad. Silas goes down there, saves her. She cowers in a corner. And he has to end up just bashing his dad's head into a floor. Into carpet too, it looked like. Huge mess. That's never coming out. And then his mom doesn't even do anything to help. And not only that, she's scared of Silas for her. He just saved her. I don't know. I guess it's because she's afraid he'll be like his dad. But, come on. Say thank you. Comfort your son who just saved your life. She's a bitch too. I don't say it. Yeah, maybe she's traumatized, but that's your son. He said, no. That's pretty much most of the flashbacks. We don't see what happens after that if his mom actually did, but we do kind of, get that picture painted throughout the rest of the episode and past episodes. We know he went and lived with his uncle. Later, Felix mentions how it was ruled self-defense, so Silas was never actually convicted. So yeah, we know Silas is good kill. It was self-defense. We see that in the flashback now. We have that proof. For us, of course, the rest of the group, most of them at least, do not know that exact past. So that's where this drama still come in. Silas doesn't remember anything about the attack on Tony and maybe Percy. He doesn't remember it. He was drunk, he was passed out, so he can't actually say if he did or not, but he's afraid that he did. And everyone else is afraid that he did. And since he can't remember anything, he can't say otherwise. But Elton really believes in Silas. He goes out to talk to him. He pretty much tells him if he's not going to believe in himself to believe in Elton. Elton pretty much pulls a Gurren Lagann where he is kind of telling Simone to believe in, believe in the covenant, but that believes in, anyways, believe in the Simone that believes in, he was trying to pull a Gurren Lagann. Before I butcher that quote, I'll move on. So, really, the person who seems to, not hate, but is against Silas the most is Hope. I think this is mainly because of her own guilt of killing Elton's mom, and she feels like she's kind of a monster if she knows what Silas is. It's kind of her reflecting on Silas and taking out on Silas what she should be taking out on herself too. So yeah, but she does see him as a threat to their mission, and also to maybe Iris, because they find pictures of Iris's pictures that she drew in Silas's bag. So then there's that whole worry that they know that Silas probably likes Iris. And there's a lot of, it's a teen show, there's a lot of this teen drama. This is where the show kind of is like, this flashback was the cool part, the rest is just kind of drama. There's not really anything happening. There's just kind of going back and forth with like, should we, shouldn't we, but no one really making any decisions. A few of them come out and have their talks with Silas just to try to see if they can get anything out of him, and nothing happens. Eventually, an MD shows up, is about to attack Silas. Silas is trying to escape all that stuff. Eventually, he just gives up. Then Hope shows up, actually kills the MD for him, yells at him a bit too, because why would he let it do that? Of course, I guess she didn't see him frantically trying to escape, but he also didn't yell out, so I guess that could help sooner. Also, this kind of weird stuff. And then we go to the next morning. They left Silas out there all night. I don't know if anybody was even watching him. But also they may have not been sleeping anyway, so they probably would have been fine. It turns out Silas, either at that moment he was getting attacked by the walker and gave up, or sometime later he was able to let himself loose. So when Iris goes out to talk to him, he's able to stand up. Kind of a cool moment for Silas. Just gets up, take the ropes off himself, and talks to Iris. He pretty much just talks to Iris, telling him same thing he tells everybody, but the fact that Iris believes in him makes him feel better. But he also tells Iris he's going to leave. He's going to go off on his own. Also Elton believed in him, but he didn't say anything about that. But yeah, really, this was a cool episode. It was cool to see Silas's flashback. It was a cool episode to just see Elton with all this trust and hope, and really wanting to stick up for Silas when no one else will. And it makes sense. He's trying to play detective a little bit, even though he's not really finding any clues. But yeah, it doesn't make that much sense for Silas to have done it. They say his wrench had a lot of blood on it, but did he have a lot of blood on him from it? We don't know. And then the fact that Percy's gone, we don't know what's going on. But yeah, I know it was weird. And so eventually, getting near the end, Elton decides that he's going to go after Silas. And Hope says pretty much he shouldn't do that. He should stick together, but Elton doesn't want Silas to be alone. And then Elton also is like, maybe he'll also find his mom and sister. And this is when Hope finally breaks and tells Elton the truth. Oh, man. And the moment we've been waiting for, kind of underwhelming, but the scene after of Elton finally realizing the truth and still leaving is kind of gets you a little bit. And we can't really pull too much about why he's so messed up about this. We knew he was going to be. It turns out, watching Talking Dead afterwards, the actor actually says Elton's torn up mainly because he didn't realize his mom would do something like this, and it makes him rethink who his mom was this entire time. So yeah, he seems to be more upset about who his mom was in that realization more than Hope actually killing his mom. Because, I mean, this is someone he looked up to, someone he was really hoping for, and then it turns out she's not the person he thought she was. So yeah, it turns his whole life around. But he's still going after Silas, so he's still sticking to that. Just like I thought. I knew there would be something, some kind of emotions for it. I didn't think it would be enough to really take Elton down. And I'm glad it did. And then we see Silas walking. We finally see him take down an empty pretty easily. We also see him leave his music behind. I guess that's kind of him finally getting over his trauma with his dad, kind of, or leaving that behind, finally coming to terms with how terrible his dad was, and him leaving his music behind is him leaving his dad behind. Now, from the previews, we get to see Elton, does catch up to Silas, so that whole thing is no mystery. Here comes the really big surprise, the twist. So it turns out that little scouting trip Huck went on was actually to go see Elizabeth, who is her mom? I didn't see that coming at all. It kind of makes no sense. It pretty much takes the entire last episode and makes that really confusing. So confusing. I don't know if I like this little twist they put in. It was weird. But it also makes you realize Huck is probably the one that killed Tony. Tony stole a van from the Civic Republic. Yeah, we don't know what happened to Percy. He's maybe dead. He may actually escape and show up later. But yeah, Huck probably killed Percy and Tony and blamed it on a drunk Silas. She's been a spy this whole time. Oh man. So yeah, we can. I don't know. Now I just want to see Silas realize the truth and clear his conscience, and then let everyone else, mainly Hope, feel like shit that she put so much blame on Silas and just was so terrible to him. And I don't know. I just want Silas to feel better because he was a good guy and people just doubt him, or more than doubt him, when it was really Huck all along, someone they trusted. But woo! Okay, so next week will be a 2-episode season finale. Yeah, the first season's finally done, and it looks like it's getting better. This episode was kind of weaker besides the flashbacks, but the last 2 of the season look like they're going to be really good, so I'm looking forward to that. But let me know what you thought of this episode and where the season's going so far. If you like it, if you hate it, why not? And yeah, if you like what I have to say, go and like the video. You want to see me talk more about World Beyond and all kinds of other stuff, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can see when I do all that. But until next time, I'm DAC. Thank you for watching, and bye.